very happy for the guys in that locker room right now. They've been through a lot on a very young season so far, and so to see them get the results of what we got this weekend, just very, very happy for that group. They've stayed together. They've been fighting, and they deserve that weekend series. Vanderbilt's a great team, top 5 team, had won 17 in a row and beat us 10-0 on Friday. So, again, for the guys to have that kind of resolve and do what they did, a special weekend for us.
Mark, can you kind of just describe the last month for you guys getting swept by Clemson and Tennessee, but then can you just kind of take us through the emotions of the roller coaster that is the last month for you?
Yeah, we kept calling it the gauntlet. I mean, between the injuries and the schedule, I'd never seen anything like it in 34 years of being in college and pro baseball. And we're now, obviously, there's still a lot more challenges ahead of us, but for where this team is with what they've gone through, just incredibly proud of them.
You talked on Thursday night about the lack of impact on the baseball. You all have had doubles and home runs now the last couple of days. Was that a big conversation with the guys Thursday night? Is it just coincidence that you talk about it Thursday and it happens the next 2 days, or how does that come about?
You know, I think really a lot of it, John, is where's the wind blowing in Founders Park. Founders Park is a lot like Wrigley Field. If the wind's blowing in, it plays very big, and it's hard to get extra base hits. And when it's blowing out, then you can have a lot of production. And obviously, today was the Braylon Wimmer show. He was unbelievable. He played like one of the best players in the country today, and he was a big part of that. But I just think we've seen this now for a few years. When it's cold, it's hard to really drive the ball here in this ballpark. But as it starts to warm up and the wind starts to go a little bit, then that's when you start to really see some offensive output.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned Wimmer. I wanted to ask you about that. Did you guys just feed him something different, or what's with the explosion today?
That's a great question. I know his dad's in town. Maybe that's a good mojo for him. But he was tremendous. I think not just on the offensive side, but that play he made up the middle where he threw the guy out from his knees, he was tremendous. He's a great athlete, and when he's playing like that, it's a lot of fun to watch.
All 3 guys you threw today were either true freshmen or redshirt freshmen. Just how encouraging is that, and how nice was it to see Hayden go out there after?
It was great. Tuesday? I mean, look at that. Three South Carolina freshmen, and Becker, Hunter, and Austin both did a great job. Becker wasn't quite as sharp, clearly, as he has been. 6 walks today. That's not anything close to what he's been lately, but it's a good sign when you cannot have your best stuff or your best command and still will your way through it. And he did, and he wiggled out of some jams, and he gave us a chance. That's what we ask our guys at this point. Give us a chance. And Hunter was great again, and Austin was great again. So really great to see that. I think we had seven freshmen, if I'm not mistaken, play in that game in a conference series deciding game against Vanderbilt. To have 7 freshmen out there, that was really good to see.
You talked about Wimmer and his defense. What about the way you flashed the leather throughout, the play that Stone made and the plays that Belk made around first base?
Yeah, outside of that first inning where we got off to that rough start, I think we had to get, 6 outs in that first inning. I think that was just a little bit of nerves of wanting to really have a great day. But our defense is on most days right now, it's an elite defense. The stats back that up. And when you put Stone out there in center field, I think it just makes it that much better because he's an elite defender. He made a couple difference-making plays in this series today. I think that was. Last night he made one up against the wall that prevented them from having a big inning. So, they talk about pitching and defense all the time. Our depth is not the best in the world right now, but they're willing themselves through it, and they have a really good defense behind them all the way through.
Today and yesterday, a lot of freshmen in the lineup and been giving you a lot of good production. What is it about them that's in there? Is it talent, energy? What do they bring to you? Just that's made a little bit of a difference.
Well, really, for the most part, outside of Braswell being our everyday shortstop and Carson has settled in pretty nicely as our left fielder. Athleticism is what those young guys bring us. They bring us athleticism and defense. They're speedy guys. When you look at Lambros, you look at Stone, you look at who am I missing here? Again, Ector, yeah. Just those guys are young and they're fast, and so what it's allowed us to do is kind of go offense early, and then if we get a lead, put all the speedy, fast guys that can manufacture some stuff offensively, but put our best defense on the field. And our best defense has at least 4 freshmen on the field for us. So that's what they've brought. It's obviously most of our offensive production has come from the older, more experienced guys, but when we get a lead, we can put a lot of speed and athleticism on the field for our defense.
mentioned the wind and all that today, but is this kind of indicative of what the offense you want it to look like moving forward? I know 5 walks
Yeah.
and only 6 strikeouts. Too.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the strikeouts were low, and when you put the ball in play and you don't strike out and you have the wind blowing out like you did, then you have a chance to score runs. But when you're putting the ball in play and the wind's pushing everything down and holding everything up for outfielders to catch it, that's when you have some tough nights like we've had where we're putting it in play. Like the other night against the Citadel, we hit 15 balls, 95 plus, but the wind was not really helping, and it was not a neutral. It was holding some balls up, and you see hits turn into outs, and so. We're going to put the ball in play on most days, and so when you have favorable conditions, I think you end up having a day like today and yesterday.
Bradfield's obviously an elite player, but y'all kept him quiet almost the entire weekend and turned a couple of double plays on him today. What was it about how y'all were able to attack him that was able to keep him in check?
Well, I'm not going to give you the state secrets, but I agree. He's a great player, one of the elite leadoff hitters in the country. And, if you had given me odds on turning 2 double plays on him in a game today, they would have been long odds. But we did. Our pitchers did a nice job keeping him off balance. Our defense, not only did we turn double plays, but we took away the push and drag bunt from him, both on the left side, but also Wimmer's play the other day kind of showed that we're ready for that defensively as well. So I just think we made some good pitches on him. He hit some balls hard, and we were in the right spots. And so I just think it was a team effort.
Any more questions, Coach? Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.